game was beautifully poised on Saturday evening, and when the players walked out today, the card showed 114 for 4 for England, with Botham on 17 and Lamb 30. Already that has been an excellent partnership. It's allowed England to go on to a lead of 155 runs. Well, I'm afraid the weather forecast wasn't all that great. They were telling us there would be some showers a little later on, perhaps late in the morning and then early evening. And it looked just a little bit murky as the players began their toil for the day. We pick up play now with the very coming in from the nursery end, 6 overs, 1 maiden, 2 for 24. The run rates and over allowed England to go on to a lead of 155 runs. Well, I'm afraid the weather forecast wasn't all that great. They were telling us there would be some showers a little later on, perhaps late in the morning and then early evening. And it looked just a little bit murky as the players began their toil for the day. We pick up play now with the very first ball. Joel Garner is the bowler and Allan Lamb is taking strike.
And the first run of the morning. Bringing his square leg in now, some 20 yards for the missed iron hook shot. That's a good looking start for 4 runs, forced off the back foot, square on the offside. And Botham again getting very nicely into position.
Well, a perfect square cut there. Everything in position and right over it.
Takes Botham on to 21. He's squeezed that away wide of the gully man.
Well, this is one up to Garner because there's no control in that shot. A little bit of bounce, just wide there of third slip.
Not surprising. Malcolm Marshall from the nursery end with his customary field of 3 slips, a gully. He's got a cover under mid-off this time. Short leg has pushed back some 3 or 4 yards deeper and mid-on, in addition to Larry Gomes, who's just out of sight down on the long leg boundary. Marshall then to Lamb. It's a good firm blow. Straight past the bowler. Lamb's not offering even to run. He knows it's 4 from the moment it left the bat.
Well, this was a loosener from Malcolm Marshall. Full length half volley. Right up to the bat and Allan Lamb. Onto it in a flash.
Certainly a good deal quicker.
Well, we'll see this one come back and lift and nearly cut Allan Lamb in 2.
One of the mysteries of the game of cricket. The Thursday, the gates were just about closed. And Monday, which promises to be as thrilling a day as any we shall see in this series. There are quite so many people come along. It's angled away wide of the gully again. Harper in pursuit, will be just 2 runs. A fairly quiet match so far. Roger Harper hasn't been much in it for his type of bowling. And he missed out with the bat as well. Gratifying start, and it'll be much to the enjoyment of the England players up there on the balcony. Marshall once again. Have to hurry. not entirely Lamb's fault. It took Ian Botham just that little bit of a second to realise there was a run there.
Yes, hesitation here in the first place. He was on the back foot, then picked up the fact that there was a single. Lamb had given it up by that stage. It shows what a long single there was in the end.
Marshall now to Lamb. Well, that could really have gone anywhere. Took his eyes off the ball. Might even have closed them, in fact. It's 4 runs for it. A touch of good fortune about that for Allan Lamb.
Well, this was a fearsome delivery. It's short, it's absolutely a real throat ball, and Allan Lamb could only fend it off, and where it went, he knew not.
Partnership, share 30. Harry Gomes has moved up there, hence the comfortable single. In fact, that's great running by Ian Botham to make 2 out of it.
That's Gomes there at short mid-off. Now we see Botham going all the way, and he'll turn very quickly and go for the second. Good job he did, because brilliant throw on the turn. Here we come, direct hit, tight decision, Barry Mayo. He gave him the benefit.
Marshall into Botham. I think the umpires are going to have a chat. Whether they're going to have a chat about the light or not, I don't know. It's slightly doubtful. I would have thought it's still playable. They're looking over in that direction where the clouds are coming. They're going to have a word, and no doubt the batsmen are not going to take any chances. Much to the annoyance of the crowd, because it looks reasonably good, but it's always very different if you're out there facing bowlers of this pace.
Yes, it's difficult even in the very best of light to counter bowlers of the pace of Garner and Marshall, but Botham and Lamb did it this morning. 44 to Lamb and 32 to Botham, in a partnership that must be worrying the West Indies a little bit at this moment. 144 for 4, and a delay for bad light and some rain. The pitch was completely covered, and play didn't start again until 6 minutes past 2. There's 1 run added. It's the first over after the break, and Garner is bowling to Botham. But with the runs for it, maybe 2. Richards is the fielder. A bit of extra movement for Garner, and a bit of bounce as well.
Well, this is the second time today that Garner's probed Botham just around that same area. Twice he's got him through in exactly the same area, just wide of that 3rd slip.
No, in fact, 3rd slip has come a little wider. He's left Viv Richards pretty much on his own at 2nd slip. It's Roger Harper who's gone very wide and a little closer at 3rd. Shot. The attempted Yorker, and Botham made no mistake. Nicely executed stroke that.
Well, Garner bowled so few in this particular area, full half volley, he could hardly believe it. Stood there shaking his head in disbelief, and Botham accepted the present.
150 up for England.
It's Marshall to Lamb. That should be Alan Lamb's 50. No, just going to take one, moves on to 49. Good semi-stop there by Milton Small. Marshall again to Botham. A short is a magnificent shot. Soared into the grandstand for 6. Tremendous blow there from Ian Botham. That 6 takes him on to 49. And the total under 167. This is Marshall in action. Botham facing. Wanting one for his 50, and there it is. Powerful straight drive. And they'll come back for 3 runs here. So what a great match Ian Botham is having, following up that magnificent spell of hostile bowling, and he took 8 wickets here on Saturday to go through to an excellent 50 in very good time too. Only 40 balls, 6 fours and a very big 6 included in it. And 1, 2, nudging it away nicely for his 50 also. So 50's coming within a ball of each other, and that'll be a great relief to Alan Lamb and to the selectors. Taking him a little longer, of course, but of immense value to England, that 50 coming off 107 balls. That's short, and it's hooked not quite where he intended. Done much finer than he anticipated, but it's still going to bring him 4 runs. Just slightly late on that one.
Well, what is known in the trade as a straight hook. Exactly behind the wickets that's gone. Top edge, late on the shot. Could have gone anywhere.
Marshall with one for 55. Still in the attack. In from the nursery end now. And that's it. Another great 4 from Botham. Full follow through, powered it away, and that takes Ian Botham to 4,000 runs in Test match cricket. Marshall again, Botham to face. Well, that's a 100 partnership. Little nudge on the offside by Botham, takes it on to 188. And 64 to Botham now, 53 to Lamb.
Slow gears the fielder. Teach the fielder. And the 200 up now for England. They'll have all sorts of little landmarks in the England dressing room. This will be one of them. Lamb has kept himself under control for a long time. That's the first flash we've seen. It's a good shot. Didn't get up very much. In fact, Garner's hardly got a ball up from the nursery end. Lamb took great care of that. It's Baptiste to Botham. Rather than just in front of him, I think it might just have sneaked into his gloves and then sneaked out again.
Well, that hasn't happened too often in this confrontation. That one just moving slightly away down the hill. again for the second run. Botham establishing himself once again as a favourite, I would say, at the moment for the man of the match. And he's gone this time. So Garner's appeal answered in his favour. Ian Botham is out. LBW for 81. Tremendous hand from this crowd, acknowledging another absolutely brilliant all-round performance by Botham. 8 wickets followed by 81 runs, and has really brought England back into this game in a big way.
And there's a look from Ian's face that he thought he might have just got a little inside edge on it. And we certainly can't see from that whether he did or whether he didn't. It's only a little, tiny little snick on the bat if he did.
Nice firm little straight push to see Downton off the mark. Be happy with one. Middle that for the first time for some little while now. Glorious square cut there from Allan Lamb for 4 runs. That's a good looking shot. Straight through the gap. Between cover and mid off, 4 runs.
Well, that patience he's shown paying off as Eldin Baptiste just tires a little.
2 fine shots from Allan Lamb there to take him on to 72 not out at tea. Downton won 226 for 5, which means that England at tea were 267 on, 5 wickets in hand. Botham a good innings for his 81. Lamb was overshadowed, but he didn't mind that today, I don't think. That 72 will have done him the world of good. Time lost this morning for rain and bad light meant that play would go on to 7 o'clock, and it really needed Allan Lamb to take charge of affairs out there this afternoon. We pick up play now as he's taking strike with the first ball of the 3rd over. 3 runs have been added to the tea time score, and the bowler is Milton Small. And that's out. Thought for a long time, David Evans. Gave Paul down and out. Milton Small has tracked it again. That's his 3rd wicket of the innings, brought on very, very late by Clive Lloyd. And it's now 230 for 6.
Yeah, Small well up to Downton here, almost hitting him on the boot. Not very far forward. Every chance.
That's a really good shot from Allan Lamb to take him into the 80s. That quite nicely, Jeff Nobby. Won't get 4 for it, but they can take just the 2 runs.
So England 240 for 6, that's 281 ahead now. And it's a ticklish business for David Gower to know how many he needs and how long he thinks he needs to bowl West Indies out. England have done remarkably well in this game, far better than anybody could have expected. You can take the view that England will never be in a better position, and perhaps 300 ahead and start to bowl at the opposition tonight would be the answer. That does, of course, leave just a chance of getting beaten.
Through this time. Allan going on to 81 with that extra cover drive. There's a new ball due, of course, in 3 overs time. That's a great shot. 4 runs. Long, wide half volley, put away in great style there by ALLAN. It's a wideish one. He's pretty confident he's going for 4, which indeed it is. There's certainly been plenty of balls of a full length in this over, and Miller finally puts the last one away for 4 there to take the 250. Found the gap nicely. It's a chase for Big Joel Garner. Won't quite reach the ropes, I don't think. And he'll come back for 3 runs. So it's Marshall with 1 for 65 back in the attack now. Well, 2 slips and a gully in for Jeff Miller. Miller on 9. That's a fine shot. Very handy delivery and a very great shot to have in fact, when you're on 95. That takes him on to 99.
Beautifully timed, this one. It doesn't quite go where he was aiming. He's just shut the blade of the bat on it, but it was very effective.
That's it. Beautiful shot, square on the offside. 4 runs for ALLAN. Takes him through to a very, very well-deserved 100. He's had to battle hard for these runs. 103. Been in there a long, long time, but I can't recall him giving a chance, and that's quite an accomplishment against this sort of pace attack. It's 103 coming out of 273 for 6. 234 balls he faced. He's hit 12 fours, and it's his 4th Test match 100. He found his runs at last. It's his first-class 100 this season. So 273 for 6 with Lamb 103 and Miller on 9. And he's bowled in. The off-spinners bowl Miller. As though it went straight on, it went slightly for the spin, and Miller goes for 9. 273 for 7 now, England, and the first wicket to the off-spinner Roger Harper. It is. Perfectly straight ball. Pitching off, hitting off, and he simply played down the wrong line. Really a big ball which Pringle's put away. Square on the offside for 4. Nice way to get off the mark.
The umpires are conferring about the light, but I wouldn't think the England players would want to go off at the moment. Now, Clive Lloyd is thinking quickly enough. He'll take off Harper and he'll bring on a quick bowler just to see if he can persuade them to go. Wow. Now, why on earth would they be doing that, I wonder? They're off the field at this stage with 287 for 7, plus a lead of 41, and a chance of the match to be won. It doesn't matter if they lose any more wickets. Just pick up whatever runs are available to add on to that 328. Well, if I was bemused at the time, I can tell you I'm absolutely bewildered now, because I've had time to sit back and think about why England would possibly have wanted to come off in that situation, and I can't see any answer. There may be one. I certainly hope it was nothing to do with David Gower, as I have a feeling that deep down he will be very annoyed that those batsmen marched off without even looking up to see what he might think about it. To make it worse, at 10 minutes to 7, after the umpires had actually called off play for the day, the sun came out and the players could have been back on. And if Gower had wanted to close, of course, the West Indians could have been in there fighting for survival with just 10 minutes to play. So the situation at the close of play was that England were 287 for 7, Lamb 109 not out with Pringle on 6, and Botham a brilliant 81 today before Garner picked him up LBW. The bowling figures for the West Indies: 2 for 89 for Joel Garner, 1 for 75 Marshall, and Small, sparsely used today, 12 overs, 2 maidens, 3 for 40, and Harper picked up Jeff Miller. At the close of play on this 4th day, 328 runs ahead England, and a very, very good game in prospect tomorrow.